time you guys want to start?
We don't have any questions.
Okay, you guys go ahead.
It has to feel to be back on this big stage again.
We don't ever focus on how big the stage is. When you worry about that, then you're not paying attention to what the ultimate goal is. Ultimate goal is going out here and winning and being victorious. I never focus on what the stage is, how big it is, or how little it is. The job got to get done anyway.
You think we'll see you in the ring was also happening for you in 2019 again?
Say it one more time.
We'll see you in the ring more than once this year?
We got to get one of these fighters to get in the ring. People keep asking me, why is it that I'm competing once a year? It's not because of me. It's because none of these other fighters are willing to get in the ring and compete against me. I have to defend my title once a year anyway. I have a certain time frame before I defend my title. I defend my title. None of these other guys, any of these champions, you have to understand, we get paid based upon our ability to be able to produce. A lot of these guys aren't willing to step in the ring, whether they're managers or promoters or even the fighters aren't willing to step in the ring and put that all on the line and compete against them.
So it's a big deal. You're the fighter. That's where you're hoping to go.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, most definitely.
When we see you on the mic, call somebody out.
Come on, man. Y'all already know what it's been, man. I've been asking for the same people for the last 4 years. I wanted Leo Santa Cruz. I wanted to call Frampton. I wanted any of these other guys that was a world champion. If I move up in weight and challenge Burchett for the world title, I think he just won his title. Immediately after him, I want Javante Tank Davis. If they're trying to make it happen, let's make it happen. Let's line everybody up.
Oh, so you're not supposed to fight that 130?
Nah, I'm definitely planning on moving up. The only reason why I've been at 26 for so long because they've been promising us this Leo Santa Cruz. They've been dangling them over our head like we're going to get the fight or the fight going to happen. The WBC made him the mandatory challenger not too long ago. So why is it that he opted to take a tune-up fight with someone? If he was tuning up for Mr. Gary Russell Jr., don't you think he would have fought a southpaw? But the last guy he fought was the orthodox fighter. It doesn't make sense, you know. So full progression by any means necessary.
How big is it to get that Lomachenko rematch before the end of your career?
Say it again?
Big deal to get the Lomachenko.
Of course it's a big deal. Of course it's a big deal. That ain't no brain to you. If you've been paying attention to any of my other interviews, that's the only other person that I've been calling out anyway as well.
So how much longer are you going to be able to 26?
How much longer is that again?
How much longer are you going to be able to 26?
It depends. I only been sitting at 26, like I say, for Leo Santa Cruz. It seems like we're not going to get the fight. We've been trying to get the fight. They made him the mandatory, like I said, a couple months back. Instead of him competing against me, he fought the guy who he fought a couple months ago. You know, so I'm not sure. I'm tired of waiting on these guys. If not, I relinquish my title and immediately move up and challenge Burchett. He has the WBC at 130. We're going to have to move forward. The sky's the limit.
Hey Gary, you went recently viral with a Gilly to Kid clip. What was your relationship with Gilly? How did you guys know?
There's no relation. He just came up. We was doing some casual talking. It wasn't no interview. It wasn't nothing like that. That was just something that was really going on in the back of my mind, and he got it on footage. That's it. That's all. I know that he's aware that he's getting in the ring with Mr. Gary Russell Jr. I know that anybody that has 8 to 10 weeks to prepare for no one else but you is a dangerous opponent. You never underestimate anybody. I know he's physically tough. He's going to try to bring his technical best, but I don't think his best will be good enough. Say it again? What's the game plan for the fight? He has no other way to fight than to come straight forward. We're controlling with our jab. He wouldn't be able to get past it. I don't see this fight going the distance. I don't see this fight going the distance at all. And like I say, when it comes to game plans, in order for you to be great, you have to have the ability to be versatile, to make the necessary adjustments at the drop of a dime. So sometimes even having a game plan doesn't necessarily work. You have to be able to make the adjustments. So we well-rounded in all ends. Whatever happens, we'll be willing to meet it head on.
Gary, of course you want to win, but stopping them is that you have to stop them for them to be up to your level of performance, or just all about getting your hand raised regardless of how you get it?
I mean, it's about getting your hand raised regardless of the situation, you know. But my father told me a long time ago, if you're better than somebody, be better than them. Don't come down to the competition. I'm not going to come down to the competition. If he's good enough to stay in there for the duration of 12, then he'll get beat up for 12 rounds. If not, he's going to go to sleep early.
Anything you can say that he does really well in the ring?
Say it again?
Anything you can say that he does well in the ring?
I know, honestly, I know he's a strong puncher. I never really watched too much footage on a lot of the guys that I compete against. I watched maybe a round or so of him when he fought. I prepare myself to the best of my ability. We've been doing this for so long. Why is that? A lot of people, I'm never in unfamiliar territory. I've been competing ever since I was maybe 7 years old. I'd have competed against the best in the entire world. You know, we fought every style that there could possibly be. You know, I never focus on my opponent. It's my objective to prepare myself to the best of my ability. If I'm prepared to the best of my ability, then I'm willing to make sure to deal with whatever comes my way.
Hey Gary, when you're in training camp, a lot of people are so amazed by your speed. Like, what do you do to just maintain that edge that you have on your fighters?
I think a lot of us, honestly, God gifted, but we train with a different level of intensity than most people. You know, we train in, I spar in 20-ounce gloves. We fight in 8s. You know, maybe about a week before my fight, we'll put on maybe a smaller set of gloves so we can kind of get our hands a little accustomed to it, because you kind of feel like you're running downhill when you put on some smaller gloves. So after about a week out from my fight, we'll put the 8 ounces on, or maybe some 10s, to kind of get familiarized with the 8s again. I mean, I wear 20-ounce gloves through my entire camp. I spar in it, I hit the bag in it, I hit the mitts in it. You know, and it helps me preserve my hands. Everybody knows that I have hand injuries. I punch people in the face for a living, you know, so I got...
How are the hands now?
Oh, they perfect. They perfect. They ready to punch somebody else in the face.
Is that one of the main reasons why you only fight 120?
That's not. Apparently you wasn't listening to what I just said to them. That's not the main reason why. Listen to me, I told you. That's not the reason why. The reason why I'm competing once a year is because none of the other fighters are willing to get in the ring with me. It's not because of my hands. It's not because of no technical physicalities on my end. It's because none of the other fighters are willing to step in the ring, or none of the other promoters are willing to put their fighters in the ring against me. It's that simple. Of course. I feel much stronger at 130. I feel much stronger and everything. You know, I don't have to cut weight as much, anything like that. I really don't have a problem making 126, but I do know at 130 I'll be much stronger, and I'll bring my hand speed and everything right with me.
What round do you think?
I'm not sure. I can't say that. You know, it's based upon how he comes out. If he comes out and he wants to be just try to run forward and try to bulldoze through it, he's real wide. So if he comes out here and he's real reckless early, he might go to sleep early. If his defense is a little better than what he's been showing, you know, then it might take me a little longer to tenderize him, but I still don't see this fight going no longer than 12. It's not that 12 at all.
Do you think that your speed will play a big part in this fight?
Of course. Not just my hand speed, my foot speed as well. You know, he's slow in his feet. He has to plant to actually fire efficiently and stuff like that. You know, it's intellect over athleticism. My skill set would definitely take over in this fight.
2 more, guys.
Assuming that you're victorious Saturday night, is there any other fighter at 126 that perhaps...
Leo Santa Cruz. That's the only person that I want to fight at 126. Leo Santa Cruz. They've been asking me about it. I beat him in the amateurs. When we had 10-ounce gloves on and headgears on. I asked him what happened to him when we fought. It wasn't no close fight. It was a whitewash. Now, if I fight him again, my skill set has gotten much greater as a professional. The gloves are smaller and there's no headgear. I don't see that fight going the distance either.
If you fight at 130, do you think you'll still have the same problem you have at 126, meaning people still going to avoid you?
It's a big possibility. It's a big possibility. Talent is definitely something that's avoided all the way around the board. You know, especially when you have talent as well as work ethic. You have a lot of people that have talent but don't have the work ethic to match it. We have both.
Is that just frustrating for you? Like, just knowing that the top guys don't want to get in the ring, so you gotta have to fight a better one to keep her in her team?
I mean, at the end of the day, I'm gonna have to do what I have to do to provide a sense of stability and foundation for my family, my loved ones, and my friends. So I would never let anybody else dictate the path for which that my career goes. You know, full progression by any means necessary. If none of them other guys want to fight me, then we're gonna fight the next guy. I'm gonna have to defend my title anyway.
Thanks, guys.
What about Oscar Valdez? Is that maybe a potential fight you see?
It's a possibility. You know, if he want to take the fight, we can make it happen. He's on the other side of the pond, though. So that's where the politics and all of that stuff comes into play. You know, so you never really know.
So hard point is if you get another belt, 136 before you decide to move up to 130. Yeah.
Nah, if we don't get the Leo Santa Cruz fight after this, then I'll probably immediately relinquish my title and try to challenge Brichette for this.
All right, thanks, guys. Yeah, we're going to go right over here.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
If you enjoyed the video, feel free to hit the like, subscribe, and share. As always, if you want to support us to the next level, head over to the patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. We have tons of exclusive from Border Wars, Entitled, betting shows, the list goes on and on and on. But in addition to that, if you guys have questions for fighters, trainers, and promoters, this is where you can submit them. We will run out get these questions answered and put it back on the show just for you guys. Appreciate it. Peace.